Vishnu Gurudevo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. 1991, I was getting my training of Hindustani classical vocal at Sri Ram Bharati Kala Kendra from Guruvar Pandit Shrikant Bakre, Guru of all Gurus. Suddenly, Guruji became sick and stopped teaching. I felt like an orphan who had no shade on his head. After recovering, Guruji decided and declared that he won't be teaching at Sri Ram Bharati Kala Kendra anymore. But like a real Guru, seeing the dark future of his disciple, he called some of his students, including me, to his residence for training once a week. He had no intention of transferring the scholarship to his account from the Sri Ram Bharati Kala Kendra, as I was an ICCL scholar. But the news of his personal training reached to Sri Ram Bharati Kala Kendra administrative authority somehow. Just after 2 days of our first class, Guruji met me on the gate of a bungalow at Townsend Marg, Bengali Market. There only, Guruji declared that he was no more available for us in any form. I can't explain the pain I felt. Within days, me and Shri Dolan Sarkar, Dolan, one of my friends, he will be accompanying me in harmony in my singing. So within days, me and Shri Dolan Sarkar, one friend of mine, met Guruji at his residence and sought help for the future training. Guruji said, Shrikant is there in Kolkata. He is my Guru Bhai. Contact him. If he had the facility of taking ICCR students, then he would be the right person for your future training. I have forgotten how I collected the address of Bakreji, Pandit Shrikant Bakre, who used to live at Shashi Sur Lane, Kalighat, Kolkata. I wrote him a letter describing the whole situation. I got a reply from Bakre Guruji within 10-15 days on an inland letter that he had a school named Saraswati School of Music. We applied to ICCR with that inland letter only as proof to shift our scholarship to Pandit Shrikant Bakre. ICCR gave us green signal and we left Delhi, bag and baggage, for Kolkata. We went to meet Guruji for the first time at his Kalighat residence, and I saw a tall Maharashtrian real gentleman in pajama with an uncovered upper part of the body. He was repairing the gas oven for our Guru Maharaj. Me and Dolan, we both were still standing as he was doing his job, sitting on the floor. He said in Bengali, "Boso, boso." We sat on the floor. After repairing his gas oven, he took us to his riyaz room. We sat on the floor. He sat on a chair facing to us. Without talking much, he switched on his electronic tanpura and started singing Rag Miyaki Tori. We sat quietly and listened to him until he finished singing and started talking to us. He used to talk very less. He told us to sing something. I remember I sang the bandish Pavan Chalat Purvaya Sehari in Bhairav, I learned that Bandish from Guruji Pandit Amarnath ji. He said, "Acha hai." Acha hai was a very favorite phrase of Guru Pandit Shrikant Bakre Guruji. He used that in different aspects. Acha hai. When Pandit Shiv Kumar Sharma ji asked him at Lady Shri Ram College on a speak making program, और पंडित जी सब कुछ कैसा चल रहा है? गुरुजी replied, अच्छा है. Dolan left for his home as it was summer break. I stayed in Kolkata only to start my learning early possible. I was badly needing a room for me and my wife, as I was married that time. I asked Guruji if someone known to him could provide us a room on rent. We were temporarily staying at a movable lady's house at Virati, some 40 kilometers away from Guruji's residence. As I was expecting a room nearby his house, I requested him to arrange so. He answered, "मैं क्या property dealer हूँ?" Very well said. After a little while, I sat on a scooter as pillion rider. Guruji was the driver of that scooter. He drove through the heart of Kolkata to a mahal-type house, one of his disciples. Except Ustad Amir Khan Sahab, who brought a heavy watermelon for Pandit Amarnath ji, I don't think any guru of any gharana did so for his to-be disciple. Somehow that mahal didn't suit me, so I planned to stay at Virati only on a rented room. Guruji used to take his class at his residence only, but after our arrival, Guruji got the premises of Badun Rajbari for teaching. I did all classes on the big veranda of that Rajbari, as Guruji liked open place, close to the nature. The summer of Kolkata is known to everybody as Chipchipa. Guruji used to take off his shirt while teaching, which showed me a tall man sitting straight like a palm tree while singing. He used to be always straight, sitting or standing. The first rag I learned from him is Alhaya Bilawal, Daya Kahanir, and Bhairavi Bhajan Sham Sundar Madan Mohan. The journey from Virati to Badwan Rajbari took 4 different transports: rickshaw, local train, trams, bus. It took almost 3 hours to reach Guruji's training center. I could continue that troublesome journey only for 3 months. My friend Dolan came back to Kolkata. We both planned to escape from Kolkata to Delhi. We both went near Guruji's house. I stayed a little far from his house and pushed Dolan to convey our decision of leaving Kolkata to Guru Ma. After a lot of pehle tu ja. So finally Dolan was convinced and he went to convey the message. Actually, I was feeling too much guilt. Returning back to Delhi, I wrote a letter to Guruji explaining all and gave him the then address and contact number. After some 6 months, one day, Sri Sanjay Bharadwaj came to the 3rd floor, running in my classroom, and told me that Pandit Shrikant Bakre ji was on the phone on the ground floor. I was scared, excited, and nervous. I ran to the phone, running. I said, "Hello." Guruji replied, "Hello, Akhil." He used to say, "Hello, hello, Akhil, Bakre बोल रहा हूँ." "Guruji, मेरा तो जीवन धन्य हो गया." I replied. He said, नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं, मैं यहाँ ठहरा हूँ आकर मिलो. From that till his death, he visited Delhi for 5-6 times, and in all those occasions I was with him. He came for different performances for D.D. Bharati, Speak Making, All India Radio, Chaturlal Festival, Guniga Sammelan, etc. One visit amongst them was very, very special for me when he visited my rented house at Pandit. He is my only Guru who has given his charan dhuli to my house. He gave me everything. He knew that I was his shishya for many lives, which I realized after 20 years. In a book, Indore Ke Masiha, Guru Pandit Anaahat wrote that he was a shishya of Amir Khan Sahib for centuries, which was known to him but not to Amir Khan Sahib. In my case, the impression is opposite. Guruji Pandit Bakre knew that I was his shishya for centuries, which I was unaware of. Life was running with lots of ups and downs for 20 years. Guruji left us in 1997. It was completely unexpected, as he was only 67 years old at the time of demise. I almost forgot him. My Riyaz with Tanpura was going with lots of experimentations, positive and negative. One phase came which is not very old. I could not sing playing the Tanpura on my own. I wish that someone plays for me, for my Riyaz. No one has that much time in this big city. I used to play the Tanpura for 3-4 cycles, and something started happening in my body. Later I discovered that it was the meditative state of mind. I was very happy having that feeling for which I had been trying for years. But at the same time, I was very sad for not being able to practice ragas and bandishes. As a result, I was forgetting lots of bandishes especially. At the time of experimentation with Tanpuras, I recorded Basa Sasa and Masa Sasa by my Philips cassette record player. Once I remember that Bakri Guruji also was very much uncomfortable singing with Tanpura, playing on his own. Only 6 months back, I searched my old cassettes and found one Pancham Sharaj Tanpura recording. I started practicing with that. Only 6 months back, I searched some old cassettes and found one Pancham Sharaj Tanpura recording. I started practicing with that. Very soon I realized that my breath is full with Bakri Guruji's breath. My sound resembled completely with Bakri Guruji. I felt the resemblance of thoughts regarding music of Guru and Shishya, that of Guruji's and mine. A plan of making a group for promoting Hindustani classical music had been developing in my mind for years. I made a page named First Generation Musicians on Facebook 3 years back. The thought was growing up to give first generation musicians a formal shape which could do something practical. 2 dreams came in my sleep in a span of last 2 years. In one dream, 4 characters were there: Guruji, Guruma, me, and most probably Shirish Bhaiya, Shri Shirish Bakreji, his elder son, all wearing white clothes. We are going to offer flowers to someone's dargah at the graveyard. That might be was the Amir Khan's house. it was a very symbolic dream for me. I became very emotional and impatient to know the present condition of his family members. Last 6 months changed the first generation musicians into Pandit Shrikant Bakre Memorial Foundation. One night I was thinking that I am not having a single photograph of Bakre Guruji. Next day I opened the Facebook and I got a photograph posted by Vidushi Vasili Mukherjee ji, Associate Professor Shanti Niketan, my friend's friend, now my friend, on Facebook. Only I can realize the pleasure of excitement getting one photograph of Guruji in which Prabha Atraji and Vidushi Vasili Mukherjee ji were standing on right and left respectively. I had in my mind about doing something, but I didn't know what was until Guruji told me that my whole life is dedicated for my Guruji and his foundation, Pandit Shrikant Bakre Memorial Foundation. Thank you, ladies.